Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the High Ticket Coaching and Consultant Strategy and Growth Show. Now, if you're watching this interview anywhere else but within our private Facebook community called High Ticket Client Attraction Insider Circle, then definitely come check us out. Over the past few weeks, I think we just surpassed 6,300, so we're almost at 6,400 members. So if you're a coach, consultant, or service provider and you haven't joined our community, definitely come check it out. The vision behind that community, I know that everyone in there is pretty supportive. So if you have a business, if you want to get that 7-figure level, we definitely love to have you. And today I want to introduce you to one of the members of the community, Nikki. Welcome, Nikki.
Nice to meet you finally.
Hey, tell us. So we're just chatting here, but tell us, what is that you do?
So I'm Master Coach Nikki Zeigler. I'm a Master Coach. Been doing coaching, mentoring since I was like 15 years old. Didn't know I was doing it, but I've been mentoring and coaching for years. And all of a sudden I started Googling and researching. There's a thing called coach. What is a coach? So I started researching and pretty much took that lead and went and got my schooling and became a life coach at first. And I became a business coach. And then I became a master's coach. And it's been a lot of fun helping people to grow, helping them to, take off blocks in their mind and helping them to see who they are and what they value. Mm-hmm. And I also own a school called the Life Coach University. It's a school where we have roughly over 100 people that's a part of it. You just got started in December, and it has been amazing. So we have a total of 11 different curriculums that we certify you in. Mm-hmm. So get certified.
Yeah, awesome. So you help individuals who want to become life coaches get certified?
Yes. Yes. And actually, this particular session that we have is a 10-week program. They come in and they get certified within 10 weeks. We do have a 2-day fast track as well. And so what happens within that 10-week course, they learn everything they need to know to become a life coach. And then we also give them 2 weeks of marketing and branding to help them to build their business.
Yeah, love it.
You guys know what you're doing.
Gotcha. So in essence, I'm a master. What is a master coach?
A master coach is like a jack of all trades. We're able to talk about fitness, health, business, executive, corporate, life. We're like the total package. We can talk about everything. We can help you with everything, every aspect of your life, even relationships. And so with that master's coach, I'm able to help coach other emerging coaches to get them what they need to make sure they're surviving and thriving at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you could help them. Doesn't matter what type of niche or what type of industry they want to get into.
We cover it. The master's coach cover everything.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Now, so what's exciting? What exciting projects are you working on? I know you said you have the school. What's that big vision that you're working towards?
Well, the school is a lot by itself. The school is a lot by itself. But with me personally, I've worked for people like Bishop T.D. Jakes. I've worked for people like Juanita Bynum, a lot of Christian leaders. I've helped them to get their stuff off the ground. My mentor was Les Brown for years. Helped him with his marketing and branding. And still talk to him and owner all the time. And pretty much now I'm doing conferences, I'm doing speaking engagements, pretty much just mentoring a lot of the coaches that need help with direction on their business. So I just wrote a book. The book just came out maybe two months ago. It's called How to Brand Your Personal and Church Ministry. A lot of my stuff is faith-based. I'm all about Christ. Mm-hmm. That's the way I live. But that's about it. That's all I have going on.
Love it. Now, what about the school? What's the vision for the school? How big are you trying to get this school?
As big as he allowed me to get it. We have a brand new website that's coming out July the 1st. It's going to be on Portal, where you're able to go register, do everything online. You'll actually have a live operator talk to you and answer any questions. And it's another way of getting them not to pretty much do stuff on paper. Everything would be more, it's like Portal. So they'll fill out information, join the school. Every week they'll get work from us and they have to turn work back in the following week. And we'll go through those courses. So not only do we have the life coach, we got business coaching, we have health coaching, fitness. We even have event planning. We have event planning, wedding planners, children planners. So we have a total of 11 curriculums that's helping them to see who they're supposed to be and letting them get educated and get certified. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Now, what's your backstory? How did you get started with all of this?
Well, I had a mentor program called Church Girl. When I'm a PK kid, so my dad's a pastor, and actually my husband's a pastor as well, Jeremiah. And so with me, what got me started was at the age of 16, I went through a lot being a pastor's kid. I don't know if you know about pastors, but they put you up so high. You have to live this life. They said we're the worst kids, but we're not. I'll vouch for that. And so for me, I pretty much started mentoring girls at the age of 18 because I saw the way that they went. I didn't want them to go down the road that I went down because I had a crazy lifestyle outside of being in the church. So what I did was once I started mentoring girls, I just fell in love with it, and I haven't stopped since. It's nothing like, giving people your life story, but also helping them for them not to go down the same road you went down, especially if it's a negative road. And so it has been life-changing. When I started the organization as a nonprofit, at the time it's called Church Girls, I had over 200 girls that I mentored, ages like 7th grade to like 12th grade. And then I started researching more about coaching, and I just fell in love with it and been doing it since. I went from lifestyle coaching to the business coaching. That's how I got the contracts with TD Jakes, with Mega Fast. I did Juanita Bynum and several, like I said, Christian leaders. And so I left there, and then that's when I became a master's coach.
Okay.
And it's definitely been different.
Yeah. So what's one thing you'd say has been responsible for your level of success that you've created for yourself? What's maybe one skill you'd say you've
consistent. You got to be consistent. You can't post one day and then go 7 to 8 days and then post again, because people will not take you seriously. You got to be consistent in your posting, and you have to build a relationship like this that I'm building now, because you never know who you will need before you leave this world. I'm just kind of an old school country girl. You got to be consistent. You got to cherish a relationship. You got to date the relationship and really build from there. That's what I would say to someone who's new in coaching. You got to find people who have the same niche and find out what they're doing to be successful, and not per se mimic them. But I'm an old school. If the wheel is not broken, why we create another wheel when it's working? So you just got to follow the niche that you're looking for.
Yeah.
And you can't be everywhere. And I found myself for years like everywhere. And I was like, okay, I got to figure out what niche am I going to work with. And so now with the school, it's a lot. You know what I'm saying? But with me, I had to learn how to, stay on focus, stay on course, and make sure I follow the will of God. And that's what I've been doing.
Yeah, awesome. What about big breakthroughs? A question I like to ask all the guests that come on here is, because I know as we go through as entrepreneurs, we always have a big insight that just comes to us, whether it's we get an idea from a book, a podcast, or something. Have you got any recent ideas that you're like, man, this is a good one, and I could definitely do some big things, so someone could definitely use that to create some massive transformational change or something?
But that's, before we went on this live, that's what I was telling you about. The problem with most people, they see a title, oh, coach sounds great. You got to read, you got to study, you got to know your stuff. You got to get certified. So I push a lot getting your certification, because if you, any job that you do, even if we have a class called public speaker, you got to know how to position yourself as a public speaker. When someone says, okay, well, you need a microphone. Most people say, well, I don't need a mic because my mouth is loud. No, that microphone gives you that security to hold where you're able to speak more in depth and people can hear you clearly. So for me, it's just teaching is really molding people to learn that you got to get certified. You got to know your stuff. You can't just get up there and say, well, my life experiences, I can teach someone something. No, you got to know what you're talking about, because you might have someone in that room smarter than you, and they will outshine you because you don't know what you're doing. You only go by what you see on TV or what people tell you. You have to study to show yourself approved.
Awesome. And what would you say is the why behind what you do?
My why would be my husband, my children, my ministry. My why would be, I want to make an impact in the community where, the first thing I said, well, if it wasn't for her, my life has been changed. Because everybody who you come in contact with, you're supposed to be changing the lives of people. You cannot be, and when I say change a life, change it in a positive way, not a negative way. So I try to make sure everything that I do, my why is to make sure I'm an impact on people's life that is for the good, not for the negative.
Awesome.
So that's my why. My family, I love my family.
Yeah. I see a little painting behind you. Did you paint? Are you a painter as well too?
No, I live in the country, like around the corner. It's like cows everywhere and horses, and so this is a farmhouse painting, and so that just kind of reminds me that we're in the country. So I'm pretty much like the average store is maybe about 5 or 6 miles away. So I'm not in the city. So it's just kind of giving me that country feeling.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, pretty cool. Yeah, I've had a few guests. Typically, a few of them are artists, so I always like asking about the paintings because someone like, oh yeah, I painted that, and they go into the story.
Yeah, a whole different story. No, but I love it though. I think it really, it's like a smoothing, and this is my formal formal dining room. So it has like a little smoothing to it. It's kind of comfortable,
Yeah,
very peaceful. So
awesome. Now, what about COVID-19? Has your business always been online, or didn't?
yeah, my business has always been online. And actually, I'm gonna be honest with you, I've made more money off of since COVID been here than lost because I actually published this book during COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So it didn't stop me. You know what I'm saying? I think it's the mindset and it's the mentality that people have thinking that, oh God, I can't do nothing because COVID. No, I think, this was the time that we had to sit back and relax and kind of get our thoughts back together and see exactly what direction that God had us to be in. I think that's what I would say from it. Because I really had a chance to really think about things, really lay out my whole plan for the rest of the year and even 2021 because we have so much time on our hand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think the same thing as well. To COVID-19, I mean, business has been really good since COVID-19.
Yeah,
There's
I'm not affected
yes.
at all.
I'm not sure where the struggle is, but a lot of people are complaining. Okay,
Wow.
cool. But I guess in terms of what like, I guess who are you trying to attract right now? Let's say the message that you have right now. Who would you say that message is for?
I would say I'm trying to attract coaches that don't know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
They have absolutely no clue on what to do, how to coach, what niche. And I want to consult them and just talk to them and help them. Because the thing about it, when you're coaching someone, if you listen, they're really telling you what they really want. If you listen, you know what I'm saying? So for me, my demographics is not per se regular people. My demographics is really the coaches. Let me help you find your niche. Let me help you get certified. Let me help you to build your brand. You know what I'm saying? I'm really good at building brand. I'm the Google hashtag girl. So, you got a hashtag. You got to Google yourself and see what your name said. You got to make sure you're on top of your game with your own personal business. I'm the one who help you get your LLC and make sure that you're legit because at the end of the day, they're coming. You have to make sure everything's done right and decent and in order. So that's the message I want to get out. Let me help you, get certified and get you the right tools that you need so you can be successful and not just fake it till you make it.
Mm-hmm. Love it. Now, how did it get how did it get started for you? What's in terms of your journey wise? Just like you said, you've worked with all of these other pretty successful individuals as well too, and helped them on the process. How did you get the in with them?
I can only tell you it was favor.
It was one?
It was what I call it favor. I call it blessed. I was working for Gospel Today magazine. I was like, at first I was the marketing person there. And then she needed advice. The vice president left the company. I became the vice president of Gospel Today. And even with TD Jakes, he called her phone. He needed her help with MegaFest, and she didn't really feel like being bothered with it. And so I pretty much took that task from her. I helped, them get the MegaFest off the ground. My first check with my firm was like $30,000. That's the first check I made. And so I took that money and just pretty much just put back into my business. And I started doing marketing for like mega churches and mega pastors. And so at one point in time, I was bringing in over 30 to 40 grand a month, flying all over the country, helping brand pastors. And it wasn't me working for the churches. It was really me working for the pastor. So that's what got me started. And I just took the money and just kept reinvesting back into myself until I got to where I was, and I actually lost it all. I got a lot of money. And when the recession hit in 2008, I lost everything, my house, everything. And I went all the way down. And it's like God had to, build me back up. But I lost everything, my house, my cars, everything. And I had to move back because I was in Atlanta for a long time. And I had to move to Montgomery because we didn't have anything. It was like the worst time of my life. It was horrible.
Yeah,
so, but sometimes God have you to go through to bring you back to where you at. And so I haven't enjoyed the ride. It has been a crazy ride. But when I look back at it now, it's like, wow, God, you really was doing what you was doing. And I didn't know what he had for my life. So when you ask that question, my main statement will be the favor of God that he has really blessed. He has truly blessed me. Mm-hmm. And I don't get no credit.
Love it. Awesome. Good. Now, if someone wanted to reach out, what's the best way for them to be able to connect?
They can go to CoachNikkiZiegler.com. They can go to CoachNikkiZiegler@gmail.com. They can also go to my fan page, Coach Nikki Zeigler on Facebook. They can go to Instagram, pretty much every social handle that's out there. They can find me on the Coach Nikki Zeigler.
Mm-hmm. And what about resources? Do you have any free resources you give out?
Yes, I do a lot of podcasting right now. I just started my podcast called Talk with Coach Nikki Zeigler on all the podcast stations now. I do a lot of helpful hints on how to build your business. I go on Facebook a lot and do a lot of lives. I do a lot of communication. So the resources that I have is just making sure you are in business and making sure you're doing it the right way.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Yeah.
Love it, Nikki. Well, hey,
Yes.
we're short on time here, but thank you so much for making the time to be here today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. And I definitely want to connect with you because I somehow want to talk to you about it to really pull us together and make some things happen.
Awesome. Do you have any final thoughts before we end?
Thank you for having me today. I hope you guys go check out the page, go check out the Facebook, and let me connect with you and let me show you how Life Coach University can get you certified. And I'm available anytime.
Awesome. Love it. Well, hey, enjoy. We'll talk soon.
Okay, thank you.